Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
Authorities in Athens are still looking for tips to help catch a serial rapist. Good evening, I'm Caitlin Marshall. Thanks for joining us. Take a look at the suspect's picture. This is the person that Athens PD says has attacked 3 women over the last several years. Investigators used DNA evidence to link the crimes. Ohio University Police Department Chief Andrew Powers said OUPD will be utilizing all available resources to apprehend the suspect, all while keeping students as safe as possible. At a press conference yesterday with other law enforcement, Powers said that security will also be enhanced, including the newly extended hours of the university's late-night ride service. But even with the added measures, students are on edge about walking and being safe on campus.
I usually walk alone all the time, but now obviously I'm not going to. I'm gonna always keep a friend, but usually I feel pretty safe.
I've been here for 4 semesters now, and it seems like it's gotten almost worse and worse as far as the rape and whatnot, and it's just kind of ridiculous and crazy.
Chief Powers made recommendations to students to stay safe. He advised them to speak up if they see something. When walking to social gatherings, go with a group of friends. Avoid walking alone after dark and remain cognizant of their surroundings. Police in Chillicothe are looking for a woman who fled from a car during a traffic stop. Officials say an officer went to pull over a red 2-door vehicle at about 2 o'clock this morning. They said the car had expired license plates and the driver had a suspended license. After the vehicle's initial stop, a woman ran from the car. The driver then sped away, leading the police on a chase. The chase ended when the Ohio Highway Patrol found the car in a ditch after it had rolled several times. The driver was found dead at the scene. There is still no information on the woman who ran from the car. 4 people are behind bars tonight after police responded to 2 separate methamphetamine calls this week. Elizabeth McPherson was arrested as a part of an ongoing investigation into the alleged manufacture of methamphetamine in her home, while Kayla and Ronald Powell, along with Timothy R. Pastel, were taken into custody on an unrelated case. The 3 have not yet had charges brought against them. They all are being held in the Southeastern Ohio Regional Jail. A house fire called out 4 different fire departments to the Athens-Vinton County line. The residence was empty at the time the fire started. When the owner got home that evening, they saw smoke coming from the top. Firefighters from Waterloo, Albany, Richland area, and the Plains Volunteer Fire Departments were on the scene, along with Athens County EMS and the Ohio State Highway Patrol. No injuries were reported. The state fire marshal has been called in to investigate what started the blaze.
Right now in Athens, we have 34 degrees with partly cloudy skies, winds coming out of the west at 6 miles per hour. Dew point around 20 degrees, pretty dry out there. For our regionals highs, for our right now temperatures, we have 32 in Columbus, 32 in Newark, 36 down in Ripley, and 37 down in Ironton. And for tomorrow's highs, wow, they will warm up into the 50s. We have 55 here in Athens, 56 for Jackson, 56 for Ironton, and 49 in Columbus, with 49s to our northern locations with partly cloudy skies.
Thanks, Matt. First Lady Michelle Obama honored the School Counselor of the Year yesterday at the 2nd annual ceremony at the White House. One school counselor finalist hailed from the Buckeye State. Chris Owen, a counselor from Ridgeview Junior High School in Pickerington, Ohio, and an alumna from Ohio University, got a chance to stand with counselors from across the nation as a finalist for School Counselor of the Year. Owen was one of 5 finalists and 27 semifinalists. The First Lady recognized Owen at the ceremony by reading a letter a student wrote about her work. Owen says she's grateful for everything and her work won't stop here. Also happening in the capital of Ohio tonight, changes are coming to the way absentee ballots are handled. The change comes after some 1,500 ballots weren't counted last year because of missing postmarks. Today, Secretary of State John Husted decided that instead of postmarking absentee ballots, local elections boards can check fluorescent barcodes to see when the post office processed the envelopes. The state says they will buy 10 scanners that boards can use. Husted says that all 88 Ohio counties won't need them.
Do what I do because I love what I do, and to be recognized for doing what you do, you know.
And what a small world. That was Chris Owen, who has helped to bring programs like the Butterfly Effect to Ridgeview, Ohio. They help students socially, and she works to help better prepare students for college. A Columbus resident and Athens native needs your help to get water to Flint, Michigan. Zach Traxler of Traxler Custom Printing has already gotten more than 750 cases of water. He is planning on driving all of the donations to Flint himself at the end of next week. Those who want to help out still can by donating cases of water, hand wipes, and hand sanitizer. Those who donate a case of water will also get a free Columbus for Flint t-shirt designed by Traxler. Still to come on Newswatch, more on Donald Trump's absence from last night's GOP debate. And the water crisis in Flint continues, the steps the government is taking to give the city clean water. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
What's happening, TVC basketball fans? My name is Sean Neidig, the host of Hardwood Heroes. Hardwood Heroes is a weekly half-hour show that airs on WOUB at 11 Sunday night and again at 6 on Monday. We provide you with the best Southeastern Ohio high school basketball coverage in the area, both on our show and on the web. Our reporters are at over 20 games every week to recap, so there is no way you can miss us. So tune in to Hardwood Heroes on Sunday night. And until then, I'm your host, Sean Neidig, reminding you to be heroic.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Ohio's Environmental Protection Agency is warning parents and students at One Ohio Elementary School not to drink the water. They say there's a possible lead contamination. The district shut down the drinking fountains at Gurney Elementary School as a safety precaution. Officials say they've received contradicting messages from the EPA. Back in November, the EPA said the school's drinking water was safe to consume, so officials were surprised when this new warning was issued. The school is providing bottled water to their students and staff in the meantime. Ohio's EPA is also investigating reports of lead in the water in the village of Sebring, which is about 50 miles south of Chagrin Falls. And Flint, Michigan is still fighting to give its residents clean water. Now they're asking the government for millions to fix the problem at the source. Andrew Moore has the story.
The city of Flint, in its emergency declaration, is asking for more than $35 million to replace these.
Yeah.
15,000 lead service lines underneath the city.
And then right here's where it switches to the line.
In Lansing, where Governor Snyder says the failure of government led to the Flint water crisis, lead lines are becoming a thing of the past. The Lansing Board of Water and Light started proactively replacing 14,000 service lines in 2004.
We take about 2 out a day, and we're down to about 650 services left.
After 12 years and approximately $40 million, the work continues.
There's only so many you can do in a day.
Which means if the city of Flint was given a huge bag of money and started putting shovels in the ground today, work wouldn't be done until 2030.
Just can't close every road up and hit every house at one time.
In the meantime, phosphates are running through the Flint water system to coat the lead pipes again with biofilm, which will stop the lead leaching into the water, a practice Lansing has continued for years.
We have not had a problem back then, and we still don't have a problem today.
So replacing the lines is possible and would be a permanent solution if you've got time and patience.
And earlier today, Governor Rick Snyder signed a bill providing $28 million in emergency funds to help Flint deal with its toxic water crisis. The money will help the damaged pipes and health problems for those who drank from the tap before authorities finally sounded the alarm. Last week, President Obama also announced $80 million in new funding to help Michigan improve its water infrastructure. And with days to go before the Iowa caucus, the first contest in the 2016 race for the White House, Donald Trump now says he's glad he skipped out on last night's GOP debate. But was it a brilliant move or a big mistake? Scott McClellan has the story.
The last 4 questions have been: Rand, please attack Ted. Marco, please attack Ted.
In a debate without Donald Trump, Texas Senator Ted Cruz stood front and center, taking the heat that comes with the spotlight.
Gosh, if you guys ask one more mean question, I may have to leave the stage.
Today, Donald Trump says he's happy with his decision to take a pass.
And Cruz, who's in second place, he got really pummeled last night. Actually, I'm glad I wasn't there because I guess all of that, he got pummeled.
In fact, Iowa voters woke up to this cover in the Des Moines Register Friday. Rough night for Ted Cruz.
It would have been a great debate 8 months ago, but it almost isn't relevant now in the era of Trump, because the fact is they're going after each other, and Donald Trump is still leading in the polls. He was the winner in absentia of that debate last night.
Today, Cruz's campaign playing defense.
He did take some incoming, but he handled it well.
While Cruz was fending off attacks, Donald Trump took his show and loyal supporters down the road in Des Moines, holding a fundraiser for veterans charities, confident his absence wouldn't hurt him.
I don't even think I have to campaign anymore. Why am I even wasting my time? I don't have to campaign. I can leave here right now. They're going to vote for me.
With candidates making one final push in Iowa, Donald Trump is letting his 7-point lead do all the talking, spending his day instead in New Hampshire. In Washington, Scott McLean reporting.
And Mark Zuckerberg can now afford to buy a whole lot more t-shirts and hoodies. The Facebook CEO is now richer than the Koch brothers. Bloomberg reported that Zuckerberg's wealth soared by $6 billion yesterday after Facebook reported a stellar quarter with record revenue. As Facebook stocks rose on the news, his net worth grew to $47.5 billion. That ranks him number 6 on Bloomberg's list of the wealthiest people in the world. He leapfrogged Charles and David Koch, who run the conglomerate Koch Industries and who are known for their active support of Republican candidates. The Koch brothers are each worth nearly $46 billion. And you can see Zuckerberg still trails Microsoft founder and philanthropist Bill Gates, who's worth $78 billion. He is trailing Spanish fashionista Amancio Ortega, worth $69.7 billion. Berkshire Hathaway, investor for Warren Buffett, at $69.4 billion. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos at $55.8 billion. And Mexican tycoon Carlos Slim at $48.6 billion. And that's a wrap for Wall Street this month, as the Dow ends the month down 4.5%. Here's a look at stocks of local interest. And still to come on Newswatch, your favorite fitness friend might be too good to be true. Find out what workout brand is facing legal trouble. That story still ahead.
Next, we'll take a look at my full weather, weekend warm-up, next chance for rain, and my extended forecast.
What's happening, TVC basketball fans? My name is Sean Neidig, the host of Hardwood Heroes. Hardwood Heroes is a weekly half-hour show that airs on WOUB at 11 Sunday night and again at 6 on Monday. We provide you with the best Southeastern Ohio high school basketball coverage in the area, both on our show and on the web. Our reporters are at over 20 games every week to recap, so there is no way you can miss us. So tune in to Hardwood Heroes on Sunday night. And until then, I'm your host, Sean Neidig, reminding you to be heroic.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open. You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Fitbit is arguably the hottest fitness tracker on the market. It seems like everyone has those bracelets that track your steps and in some cases your heart rate. But does Fitbit really work? Mary Maloney has the info in today's Consumer Watch.
100 days, 100 nights. This year, the word health is almost synonymous with the word Fitbit. Not only do you see these brightly colored bracelets at the gym or work, but the catchy commercials run frequently. Fitbit promises to help get you in shape, but do the wearable trackers work? This month, Fitbit was hit with a class action lawsuit alleging fraud. According to the suit, two of the company's heart rate monitors, the Fitbit Charge HR and the Fitbit Surge, don't accurately measure your heart rate. And that could be potentially dangerous, especially for people looking to push their heart rates past a certain mark. The suit surprised Consumer Reports, who tested and recommended the Fitbit Charge HR and the Fitbit Surge. So Consumer Reports retested the devices and compared Fitbit's products with another device that has proven accuracy, the Polar H7 chest strap. The Consumer Reports testers again found both Fitbit models were on point, and if there was a variance between the Polar device or the Fitbit, it was no more than 3 beats per minute, which isn't big. But Consumer Reports noticed one exception. The Fitbit Charge HR would give more inaccurate readings at higher intensity workouts, depending on where that strap was put on the arm. If you follow Fitbit's directions and wear the device in the place it recommends, the monitor is accurate. While Consumer Reports says it will keep an eye on the Fitbit lawsuit, it says it will continue to recommend the Fitbit Surge and the Fitbit HR trackers. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
Welcome back to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Matt Thigpen. Right now in Athens, we have 34 degrees, winds out of the west at 6 miles per hour. It's dark out there now. We're getting those clouds to roll out. As for our regional, we have 35 in Jackson, 33 in Chillicothe, and in our state capital at 32 in Columbus. For our almanac for the day, we hit 38 degrees for our high. We had 29 for our low early this morning, and we're right about normal, 38 for the normal high, 21 for the low. And if you look at this, 2002 and 2000 hold our records. So woohoo for our century. All right, we're seeing dry weather for our weekend, for our tonight, and this graphic will stay the same for our weekend as this high pressure will dominate our region. For our temperatures for our overnight lows for our region, we have 23 in Jackson. Down here in Ironton, we have 24 degrees, clear skies. Same with Ripley at 27. We have our colder spots here in Athens and New Lexington, 18 and 16. For our overnight lows, we're going to keep going with 23 degrees in Marietta. And for our tomorrow's highs, we'll see sunny skies down in Ironton of 56. We're going to see that warm air move up, and it will stay here for the weekend. 56 in Jackson, 55 here in Athens. As we move on to the hour by hour for here in Athens, it'll be, good Lord, it's going to be chilly. 17 degrees, will warm up very quickly, 42 at noon and 55 by 1 p.m. And as we move into tonight for Athens forecast, we'll have 16, partly cloudy skies, winds calming down. It's a little breezy out there. We'll see those winds calm down to from the west at 0 to 5 miles per hour. And for our tomorrow forecast for Athens, wow, what a day to get out and walk. 55 degrees, sunny skies, wear those shades. Cold morning, like I said, quick warm up as we see the warm temperatures move in. For our extended forecast, we have 55 for Saturday, 59 for Sunday. We'll see that rain move in late Sunday, probably around 11 p.m. towards midnight, and it'll stay here for Monday with a high of 51. Tuesday, 58, will warm back up. As that warm front moves up, brings more rain for Tuesday, and will dry out for the rest of our week. Back to you, Carter.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Bob Bolden and Ohio women's basketball team faces their toughest conference challenge this weekend. Plus, the men's basketball team battles MAC East foe Kent State on ESPNU tonight. Find out what to watch for next on Newswatch. And stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
What's happening, TVC basketball fans? My name is Sean Neidig, the host of Hardwood Heroes. Hardwood Heroes is a weekly half-hour show that airs on WOUB at 11 Sunday night and again at 6 on Monday. We provide you with the best Southeastern Ohio high school basketball coverage in the area, both on our show and on the web. Our reporters are at over 20 games every week to recap, so there is no way you can miss us. So tune in to Hardwood Heroes on Sunday night. And until then, I'm your host, Sean Neidig, reminding you to be heroic.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open. You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Welcome back into sports. I'm Carter Eckel. Last night, the first place Nelsonville York Lady Buckeyes fell to second place Alexander 60-48. Alexander's duo of Leah and Rachel Richardson dominated the game as the two combined for 42 of the team's 60 points. A barrage of three-pointers from Rachel Richardson in the third quarter became the difference as Nelsonville York couldn't find any offensive rhythm in the second half. The victory vaults Alexander into a three-way tie for first in the TVC Ohio, where they now join Vinton County and Nelsonville York atop the conference with 4 games left. Elsewhere in the conference, the Athens Lady Bulldogs won their 4th straight game, defeating the Meigs Lady Marauders 39-32. Athens was led by Alexis McCollum, who dropped 16 points along with 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Out in Gloucester, the Trimble Lady Tomcats defeated the South Gallia Lady Rebels, 48-35. Trimble dominated the game, leading 42-14 going into the fourth quarter. Out in the collegiate ranks, Bob's Ballers have now won 11 straight games. Ohio is perfect in conference play, but faces arguably their toughest matchup left on their schedule Saturday afternoon. The Cats will travel to Muncie, Indiana, where the Ball State Cardinal will await them. The Green and White pounced on the Cardinals in their last meeting, eventually winning by 25 points. Standing in the Cats' way will be MAC Player of the Year candidate Natalie Fontaine, who averages nearly 20 points and 10 rebounds every game. That tilt is set for 4 p.m. After a long weekend in the desert, the Ohio hockey team returns home to Bird Arena to battle the Pitt Panthers in consecutive home matches. The Cats handed the Panthers convincing losses last year, silencing Pittsburgh with defeats of 7-1 and 9-1. Both games are scheduled to start at 7:30. And if you're still on the fence about attending, Saturday's promotion is to come to the rink dressed as your favorite pro wrestler. Sunday afternoon, the Ohio wrestling team will scrum with conference foe Northern Iowa. The Cats and the Panthers have split their last 2 meetings where both teams have won on their respective home floors. Ohio has won 3 straight matches and sits at 500 in conference duels. The Panthers are 2-2 in conference and 3-5 on the year. This will be more than just another conference match for head coach Joel Greenlee, considering he is a Northern Iowa alumni. The meet is expected to start at 2 p.m. After losing to Chicago this past Saturday, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going for their 3rd consecutive win under new head coach Tyronn Lue. The Wine and Gold travel up to Detroit to rumble with the Pistons and their double-double machine down low, Andre Drummond. Tip is set for 7:30. After the Pistons, Cleveland goes home to challenge the San Antonio Spurs Saturday night at 8:30. In just a little over 2 hours, the Bobcats will tip off against Kent State in the Convo. The Cats are coming off their 2nd road win of the season after sneaking out of Toledo with an 81-79 victory. Jerron Simmons, Antonio Campbell, and company will try to end the Blue and Gold's current 5-game winning streak. The Golden Flashes are sitting on top of the MAC East with a 15-5 overall record and a 6-1 record in the MAC. Kent State has 3 of the top 20 scorers in conference and ranks 2nd in the MAC in offensive rebounding. ESPN will be in the building with tip-off set for 9 o'clock, so for those of you who can't attend, follow the action live on ESPNU. That does it for sports. Back to Caitlin.
Thanks, Carter. And girls and women don't come in one shape, and now Barbie won't either. The famed doll made by Mattel will now come in 4 body types, 7 skin tones, and 22 eye colors, and 24 hairstyles. The company announced the new line of Barbie dolls on its website yesterday. Mattel says the changes are the most dramatic ever made to Barbie since she hit the store shelves in 1959. The revamped Barbie line comes after years of criticism over Barbie's unrealistic proportions and standards of beauty for girls to try to meet.
Right now in Athens, tonight we'll have 16 degrees, cold night, partly cloudy skies, and for tomorrow we'll have those warm temperatures, 55, sunny. We'll bring that quick warm up, and that's our tomorrow forecast. Okay, all right, we'll go to Caitlin.
Thanks, Matt. And we are looking forward to those warm temperatures tomorrow, but that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Caitlin Marshall. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.
What's happening, TVC basketball fans? My name is Sean Neidig, the host of Hardwood Heroes. Hardwood Heroes is a weekly half-hour show that airs on WOUB at 11 Sunday night and again at 6 on Monday. We provide you with the best Southeastern Ohio high school basketball coverage in the area, both on our show and on the web. Our reporters are at over 20 games every week to recap, so there is no way you can miss us. So tune in to Hardwood Heroes on Sunday night. And until then, I'm your host, Sean Neidig, reminding you to be heroic.